All right. So we are on 2B.1, writing mathematic sentence. It's our intro to inverses. We're writing in our notebook on page 75. Ended this yesterday where it didn't want to. Okay. All right. So 2B.1, writing mathematic sentences. Today for your do now, you practice writing inverse actions, right? That's what we're leading up to, is being able to do it mathematically. Do not write these words down. Please do not. If you need to go back and write them down, you can. That's on your thing. But these are words that you should have left elementary and middle school knowing what the operations meant, right? Does this look familiar? Like if you saw these words in word problems and math sentences, you knew that you were adding, you knew that you were subtracting, you knew that you were multiplying, you knew that you were dividing. Does this ring bells? All right, cool. All right. So, something's missing. Something's missing in our notes, y'all. Oh, hold on. These are our notes. Saw nothing. So, time for our notes and class practice. So, on your page, you're going to divide it into quarters. Yeah, you're dividing it into quarters. Why are you drawing the box instead of just drawing the line?
You're right.
Just a horizontal line and a vertical line. Don't draw the boxes, guys. Just draw lines, a vertical and a horizontal, dividing your page into quarters. You have the entire space. Mine has boxes because it's on the computer. So we're on page 75. All right, so we are going to be doing equations translated into words. We're going to do equations translated into words. And then we're going to do their inverse actions in words. And you have the entire page, so you don't have to draw tiny boxes. Mine just looks like this because it's on a screen and it was typed out. All right, so in the first box, we're going to write down 2x plus 4 equals 8. Okay, when we write this, we're now going to write how it would be said in a math sentence. I'm glad you're enjoying the song, Steven. So in a math sentence, this would look like this. A number multiplied by 2 plus 4 equals 8. Does that make sense? So this is a mathematical sentence of that situation. Yeah, I didn't realize when I did the notes online that the boxes stayed. Yeah, I didn't realize it. And then I was like, I'll go back and fix it. All right, now we're going to do the inverse of that. So the inverse actions here is saying that I want to do the opposite of what I just said. So a number multiplied by 2 plus 4 equals 8. If I'm doing the inverse operation of that, I'm going to read that backwards. Does that make sense? So we're going to go backwards. So instead of plus 4 equals 8, how would I write that? What's the opposite operation of plus? Subtract. So you're going to have to subtract the 4 now instead of plusing the 4. Okay. Then instead of multiplying by 2, I'm going to have to do what with the 2? Divide. You're writing it the inverse sentence of it. So our inverse would be, we're going to subtract 4 from 8. Then divide the difference by 2. So what does that look like when we write it out? We have 8 minus 4 divided by 2. That's what equals x. Does that make sense? So in this case, it would just be 2, right? Okay, we're ready to do it again. This time we're going to do it with a square function, a quadratic situation. So we have 3x squared equals 17. I need to write this as a mathematical sentence. When you're writing as a mathematical sentence, you say the operation that goes first. No, we're in our third box. If we're writing this as a mathematical sentence, what's the first thing I would be doing mathematically, according to PEMDAS? You're going to square, and then you're going to what? Multiply by 3. And that all equals one number, 17. Does that make sense? So we have a number squared multiplied by 3 equals 17. All we're doing is writing out what we're doing according to PEMDAS. Okay. What are going to be my inverse action? Not yet. Remember, you start from the bottom of the sentence. You read the sentence backwards. 17 divided by what? 17 divided by 3. And then what am I going to do that? What's the opposite of square? Square root. So we have to write that. So divide 17 by 3. Then take the square root of the quotient. Is what we're doing. So when we do the math, it's saying in order for me to find x, I'm going to divide 17 by 3 and then take the square root of that, and that's going to equal my x. Yes? Is that the correct operation that we need to do? Yes. All right. Okay. So what you're going to be doing for the next 15-ish minutes, you're going to practice doing this. Okay. So you should have, if you don't have notebook paper, there's notebook paper in the basket for you. You're going to be turning this in the next 15 or so minutes. So this is not, oh, I'm not going to do anything. No, you're turning this paper in today, not tomorrow, not later. If your booty's in a seat in this class, the paper is due. Okay. On that paper, you're going to title it 2B.1 practice. Put your name, title, period. Make sure you put your name. Okay. So the instructions are clearly listed out on the board for you. You need a piece of notebook paper. You're going to put your name on the paper and title it 2B.1 practice. You're going to divide the paper in half vertically. Okay. You're going to have 6 problems to do. For these 6 problems, ignore how my numbering is. Going to change it up. But for these 6 problems, you're going to write the equation translated into words and then the inverse actions in words. The equation translated in words and then the inverse actions in words. Got it? If you don't, if you want, you can go ahead and divide it into 6 equal places or however you're going to do it, or just do it as you complete it. It's totally up to you. But your 6 problems, if you don't want to look up and down from the board, the 6 problems you can find by clicking on the assignment on your agenda page. And you can see your 6 problems that you're going to be doing. It'll say 2B.1 practice. Okay. I do want you guys to work together, talk to each other. I said again, ignore how I numbered. I didn't mean to do that. but in total, you should have all 6. So here are your different ones. You have 3x plus 4 equals 19. You have x, so you'll write down the problem, write it in words, write the inverse. Write the problem, write the inverse. Me here. All right, so this is the corrected view of what I was going for. And again, you are encouraged to talk to your partners at your table. If you don't have a partner at a table, you can still talk to other people. Remember I said ignore the 6 squares. I wrote that wrong. Yeah,